It'll take way more than a weekly review to distill your senility, boys. But hey, A for effort.
Oh my.
We can't say goodbye until we take one last look. It's Week in Review for October 6th, 2010.
Hey folks, how you doing? Comic Book Man here. Welcome once again to my video outhouse. It's time for
Week in Review. We are covering the week of October the 6th, 2010.
That's right, Week in Review, October 6, 2010.
And what a week it was.
This is our look back at the week that was. If you look at ShipShape for this same week, you'll see our projection into the week. So between ShipShape and Week in Review, you'll have a real good handle on what this week was like in comic book and media news.
It was
and all sorts of wonderful things.
It was a great week.
The big event for this week was Chaos War. Chaos War kicks off here at Alternate Reality. Our Hero of the Month, which is, of course, Marvel Gods. All our Marvel Gods trades are 25% off all month long. Hercules, Thor, Eternals, all the Gods trades. And Marvel Gods will be featured in our Hero of the Week sales all this month, which means I'll have Hercules and Thor and other Marvel Gods for only $1 each. The comic books up front on the counter. Take a look at this.
I haven't looked at it, but, you know, the cover looks pretty impressive.
Cover looks pretty impressive.
And it's also bigger than usual. It's a huge issue. Look at the size of it.
It's a God-size issue.
It's a God-size issue.
Is there any word yet about this thing selling out or anything?
There's no word about that selling out. That is, there were a couple sellouts this week, but Chaos War wasn't one of them. But I think Marvel printed a lot more than they thought they would need. So.
I got an overship on this, which means that which usually means that Marvel really wants to push the book. Any company does an overship; they really want to push the book, so they send out some extra copies, just to pad in case you sell out.
And the natural assumption is, yes, if we send you extras and you sell out, then we don't have to go, hey, why don't we go back and reprint them?
Also this week, Uncanny X-Force ship. This is the continuing saga of the
sold
X-Force.
out. Well, it's the new and improved X-Force. X-Force supposedly was going to be ending after the last big X-Men event. Wolverine and Archangel go...
Wolverine and who?
Archangel. Go,
folks?
I don't think so.
That's only for DC kids.
Yes.
No, that's for everything.
And so you've got a new team. You got Wolverine, you got Deadpool, you got Psylocke, and you've got one of my all-time favorite Grant Morrison creations, Fantomas.
Fantomas.
Fantomas. He's so nice. He's so cute. He's so wonderful.
I'm going to assume he pronounced that correctly.
Fantomas. Rick Remender wrote it. Gerald Orpina, one of my favorite artists, did it, and it's sold out all over the country. So come to get one.
Ultimate Thor also shipped this week. This sell out? It's getting close to it.
Pretty damn close to it. Jonathan Hickman, Carlos Pacheco, which means it's very well written and it looks really, really good.
It's quite a good read. It's quite a good read. You should pick it up if you haven't.
Jonathan Hickman is a guy who basically sort of popped up. He was hanging on an Image for a while. He went over to Marvel, and lo and behold, he's become the next big thing.
How about that? Now, Marvel wasn't the only people to ship some books this week. A lot of indie titles came out this week, and of note were Parker the Outfit, the next installment in the Parker hardcover series from IDW.
Darwin Cook illustrated it. It's still in the brown tone. Is it still in the colors that they're using it?
Yeah, it's still in the.
Oh, this one's actually.
It's not brown. It's purpley.
This one's purpley blue, and there's a lot more text. But if you like Parker and you like people getting beat up and shot and getting their asses kicked, this is the book for you.
There you go. And it's shipped this week at Alternate Reality and everywhere else across the country. Also this week, Clint. And I still don't know why this book is called Clint. If anybody knows, please leave a note on Facebook or on YouTube. But Clint shipped this week. What is Clint? If you haven't heard, this is Mark Millar's attempt to reinvent 2000 AD over in England. This is an anthology book of a bunch of different stuff, including Mark Millar stuff. One of the things in here is a reprint of Turf #1 from Image. Also in here is the first chapter of Kick-Ass Volume 2 #1, which hasn't even shipped yet.
Nope.
But if you pick this up, you can read the first chapter of the first issue.
The one and two have been solicited, so they'll be popping up at Comic Rex. I think both of them are shipping at the end of the month or something like that. But this is Millar. Well, it's not only just 2000 AD. It's Empire and any other British magazine.
Well,
Millar,
it's not those magazines,
right.
But it's in that style.
Millar and his friends said, why don't we just do a magazine? And he got some people who gave him the money and said, well, let's take a shot. And if it sells, it sells. And if it doesn't, well, what the hell?
So we'll see. Meanwhile, over in the DC universe, DC published a bunch of stuff this week. One of them was something that hadn't seen the light of day and was hidden under a vault somewhere, which made it a hidden treasure. Is this Batman?
It's a hidden treasure. It's one of the many projects that DC commissioned years ago when some editors were running the company who decided, after they were done, not to print them, and so they were sitting in a warehouse in a vault somewhere. Someone apparently was roaming around the vaults and said, what the heck is this? This is Bernie Wrightson. Why the hell don't we publish this?
This is a prose story with illustrations.
Like he did Frankenstein.
Like
Yeah, like he did Frankenstein. And this has been sitting in a vault for God knows how long, but beautiful illustrations and not a bad story.
I think Ron Mars was
By Ron
working
Mars.
on. I think Ron Mars created Cal Rayner about the same time that this actually got commissioned.
Yeah.
Well, it's pretty old.
And it has a backup Bernie Wright's and Swamp Thing story in the back of it, but the front story's new because it's never been seen before. even though
Yeah,
it's been
the
sitting in
backup
vault.
story is written by Lynn Wein, who gets a check.
DC also published a couple of things this week. DC is starting a 100-page reprint series. These are not trade paperbacks, and they are not comic books. They're sort of a happy medium between the two. 100 pages, $7.99. It's stuff that has not been in trade or has been out of print in trade for a long time, or stuff that's never been traded up, like Jack Cross. Also, a Kyle Rayner story arc was printed up in Green Lantern, which also shipped this week.
And Jack Cross is put in this format because, let's see, on actually a week from now, you've got
Yes.
this Warren Ellis movie called Red coming out.
Oh, that's right.
And so they figure, well, if we pick this up, then maybe they'll come in and go, does Ellis do any other comics that maybe turn into movies? And Jack Cross, which actually was a pretty good limited series. I mean, it didn't sell very well, but it was very, very well written. And it looked damn good. I think
Yeah,
Gary
it
Erskine
looked
did the art.
DC's going to be releasing 2 of these, not Jack Cross, but 2 of these big reprint books on stuff across the spectrum of the DC universe.
Young Justice stuff specifically, because a lot of
Yeah.
people out there who want Young Justice trades, and Paul Levis wasn't a fan of reprinting that stuff. But now, Levis isn't there, so they're printing it up.
So you can get that and many other things in this format.
$7.99.
Also, this week you had 2 endings this week over at DC. Greek Street died, and the Superman Hell on Earth, Son of Last Family and Krypton storyline wrapped up this week as well. 3 issues here, and this one all of 12, I believe.
Yeah, this is
Nope,
Greek-
16.
16. This is one. I think this is the second or third Vertigo book that has died in the last couple of months. Unknown Soldier and I believe a couple of other books are dying. The Vertigo
Yes.
line is shrinking exponentially, and they didn't make any announcements in the New York Con about any new books, so the line's going to be a little more manageable.
Speaking of the New York Con, in comic book news this week, the New York Con is happening as we speak right now, and all 3 days of the con have been sold out.
Saturday was sold out. They made the announcement. Sunday was sold out. The place was crowded. There was a lot of announcements made. The con went over quite well. The people over at Wizard, I think, are doing the Big Apple Con the same weekend.
Yeah.
There's been no numbers of what's people on at the Big Apple Con, so we're assuming people just went, why would I go there when I can go to this bigger con? Run by the C2E2 people.
The big comic book news story this week was, of course, DC starting price wars in the comic book universe. They rolled back the price of all their $3.99 books, or they will be rolling back the price, I should say, of all their
Starting in
$3.99
January.
books, starting in January, which would be the next previews that comes out, from $3.99 to $2.99. There will be $3.99 books still from DC. It'll probably be annuals or maybe $4.99 annuals, but first issues will probably also be $3.99, and miniseries will stay $3.99. But for all of the mainstream books that DC's doing, $2.99 rollback. You can see more about that in DC News that we did. That's going to be on the website sometime soon. Also this week, Stan Lee announced a big project with the NHL of all
Yeah.
things.
Stanley's going to create 30 new superheroes who are going to be tied into all 30 NHL teams. So that
Oh, I-
means the Chicago Blackhawks are getting a superhero.
I can't wait to see.
What
that.
could he possibly
I
be?
can't wait.
So
to
are the Mighty Ducks.
The Colorado. Okay, what exactly is the Colorado Avalanche superhero going to look like?
I have no idea, but it'll probably be called Avalanche and have a big A in it.
Or the New York Islanders?
Anyway,
Yeah.
I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see the Blackhawk Indian one that Stanley's going to
Flyers.
do.
The
All you
Flyers.
folks out there that bitch about Chief Olynyk down south, get ready, get ready.
The Blackhawk is well.
Meanwhile, in media news, we got a couple of quick stories. Jerry Lewis Telethon has been rolled back from 30 hours.
Actually, it was 15 hours.
15 hours
It's been
to
cut
6.
down to 6. They
Thank
said-
God.
They said we're going to cut it down to 6 because people are kind of getting bombing out of the thing somewhere around the middle. So you'll see the end
Including
of it.
Jerry.
Including Jerry, who's not getting any younger.
No. Okay, so and also Harry Potter was announced will not be in 3D.
Nope.
No 3D for Harry.
Well,
going.
Warner
I'm
said
going
it's
just
not
'cause of that.
worth converting it into 3D. It would take too much time. We'd rather get the films out.
And it's a stupid gimmick anyway.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it's not like the movie's not going to make money as it is.
Well, yeah,
How much
people
more
are-
are you going to make off of
people are
making it
gonna go
3D? It's not like it's I spit on your grave. Zack Snyder is on Superman. He's the new director on
He's
Superman.
officially been announced as the director of Superman. He's going to rewrite the David Goyer script, which, according to most reviews, sucks.
Well, you can see more about that in media news with JR because we talked extensively about that. And Jason Bourne, the franchise of Jason Bourne has been given a new lease on life.
Tony Gilroy has been announced as the director of Bourne Legacy. It is the 4th Jason Bourne film, but It's based on an Eric Van Lespetter novel, and Jason Bourne is not in it. He will be talked about. It'll introduce a brand new character, and it'll set up Matt Damon and Paul Greengrass coming back for the film after that. Also, CBS talked to CSI creator Anthony Zucker, and he's going to be doing a show based on Treadstone, the agency that Jason Bourne works for, probably for the next fall.
Okay, the last story we got is a wrestling story, real quick one. NXT started this week on internet only. We talked about that before on Week in Review. It's true if you didn't believe us. The only place you're going to see the last couple episodes of NXT is on WWE.com.
And you can see it overseas. Now, this week, Jamie was cut. Jamie Keys got cut. She was the blonde with the big implants, which is opposed to the brunette with big implants, which is opposed to the redhead with big implants.
Listen, you can hear the yawn. And that's it. We're done.
Big
We're finished.
implants,
We got
baby.
no more
Big
Week in Review. We got no more Week in Review, but you can go to the store's website and see previous Weeks in Reviews. And where's the store's website at?
Sarah knows all this stuff.
You betcha.
If I had a dime for every time I gave out the sub address, hey, give me another dime. www.myalternatereality.com. This is a button.
So go to the store's website and check out all of the Week in Reviews and all of his news and all of Bo's reviews, or JR's reviews. And until next time, this is Comic Book Man
And Bo.
saying bye.